Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Perhaps our time has come. Let me go ahead and post this in a few different chats, and we will jump in. So just give me about 10 seconds here. We're currently sitting just north of a modest $1,300. How's everyone doing? We'll see if we can make the push. All right. All right, so yeah, here we are. The current valuation right now is 1310. Okay, 1311, give or take, right? So we actually just put out a video maybe an hour and a half ago talking about some short-term dubious Ethereum price extrapolation. And we obviously want to maintain, being somewhat pragmatic about these markets and realizing that things can easily change on a dime. Of course, with Bitcoin trending back up here over the last several hours, it seems that Ethereum is starting to regain that confidence that Bitcoin is not about to imminently crash. And so the Ethereum bulls are coming out. So, yeah. Hopefully the live stream curse does not continue of killing the price action. But there's actually been a number of live streams where we usher in new local highs to the Ethereum price. So we'll see if we can maintain it. Obviously, there's no guarantee we're going to break through even $1,400, and the prior all-time high is higher than $1,400. But here we are, and we will see if we can at least take a crack at it. So remember, if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe. So hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up. We also do have the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. So what we'll do, and I suppose we should probably pull up a few different charts. So I'm going to also pull up another Ethereum USD chart so we can quickly look at longer time frames without getting too far distracted from our 1 hour time frame, or maybe we should even go to say like a 1 minute time frame here, and see what Ethereum is going to do. So this is our we'll do a longer time frame here. Zoom out. We'll go ahead and overlay our regression band, see where we are as you see us basically creating our next mountain in the beloved Ethereum mountain range. So again, does anyone else like this Ethereum mountain range as much as me? We have our first peak, another peak here, this peak, and then we had a little small peak here. It was like the foothills of the Ethereum mountain range, and we're coming back up. So the question now is obviously, well, how high can this mountain range ultimately go? Looks like we are climbing a bit here. We're now at 1320. So 1321, 1322. It seems like there's at least a plausible chance that Ethereum does make a run at the title. So it's a pretty exciting time, a very exciting time. In fact, if I knew that the price was going to get going this quickly, I wouldn't have even published the other video I did like an hour ago. I would have just done the live stream. I just thought it might take it a few more days or something to keep going. All right, we're at 1324 and climbing. And I guess what we'll do is we'll remove all these drawings because no one cares about it anymore because we've passed it. And then let's go up and let's really identify where our prior all-time high was. So we're going to go on the 1 day, and we're looking at Bitfinex. So let's zoom in here And we can see that on this exchange, let's get it exact. On this exchange, it looks like we peaked at around 1424. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a line here and draw it all the way across. And this way we can more easily keep up to where we are hopefully headed. So that's where we want to go. Now we're going to switch it back over to the minute time frame. So that is where Ethereum needs to get to in order for us to really be putting in a new all-time high. So hopefully we take a run at the title here. It looks like too Bitcoin is also doing quite well. It's around $37,000. So Bitcoin is also maintaining its health amidst this Ethereum move. But what's more important, we've said it all the time, right? Remember the end of December. Hopefully you guys remember the end of December when Ethereum was coming back from the depths of despair against Bitcoin. But again, was it a surprise to us on this channel? No. Why? Because we've identified that it tends to do that every single December. There's always a December capitulation. And if you look at the RSI, which again I don't think is the best thing to look at. If you look at the daily RSI back when we reached that point, we covered this every step of the way and said that around 25, 24 was where we had bottomed before. And look how quickly the times have changed, right? We're all the way back up to a daily RSI of 67. If you guys have been following the channel, I'm sure you guys remember all the videos we were doing discussing when we were all the way down in this region over here. So the times have changed very quickly. Are we surprised? Not really. It's more or less the same thing that we've been seeing every single week. So let's switch this back over to the weekly time frame for Ethereum Bitcoin. And one of the things we said, again, I know sometimes people get anxious and whatnot about the Ethereum price, but remember, it's not something that just takes place in a day. This is our 4th week in a row where the Ethereum valuation has been gaining on Bitcoin. So if we look at, say, just candle to candle close to open, 14%. Here we had 10%. This one was another 4%. So Ethereum's continuing its move up against Bitcoin, and it has been for the last several weeks. In February, right? We've always said that this is Ethereum's time to shine. So later this year, when Ethereum is not performing as well, we remember there's key times when it tends to perform, and one of those times is January, right? Which is why we've nicknamed it February. I think another time is around like summertime, like June, July. You can see June, July in 2017 was a decent time. June, July also was pretty good in 2016. In 2019, it was pretty good for Ethereum. And then in August, it was pretty good. July timeframe for Ethereum this past year. So maybe we'll have February and FULI. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But obviously, it will depend on exactly how we get there. So right now, obviously, what we want to look at is our continued move of Ethereum in January. But remember, Q1 is 3 months, right? Q1 is 3 months. So it can still take a while for us to reach our theoretical short-term peak. Or it might even be a new all-time high, depending on how long this continues. But right now, we're looking at a $1,330 Ethereum. And our prior all-time high is right here. So it's right here. So if you guys want to see it get to a new all-time high, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 100,000 subscribers and give the video a thumbs up. And it looks like the dollar is coming back down a little. Not too much, but it is coming back down a little, which is probably influencing Bitcoin to be moving back up over the last little bit. So we'll continue to keep an eye on Ethereum here. It's currently at 1320 or so, but we definitely have a ways to go before we could potentially usher in a new all-time high. And it might take us a while, and it might not even happen on this stream. but certainly the price has been moving up rather quickly. So how's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, we can look at the dominance. Here it is. So the dominance, it looks like it's still trending down, which is good. I mean, we said that if Bitcoin heads south here, we're likely going to be ushering in some form of an altcoin season. Obviously, we're not looking at a Bitcoin dominance of like 30% or something. But remember, this market cycle is likely going to take a long time, and so we need to keep things in perspective. Okay, we need to keep things in perspective. So the dominance is decreasing, and it has been decreasing for a number of weeks, right? Since the 3rd, it has been decreasing, and that was ultimately when we put in our double top, right, from September of 2019 to January of 2021, and then since then the dominance on Bitcoin has in fact been trending down. Someone says they were planning on sleeping tonight. As I joked earlier, I'm not sure who's been sleeping in 2021. I don't feel like many people invested in crypto have been sleeping a whole lot in 2021. I know I've missed out on some sleep this year, but I mean, there'll be plenty of time to sleep in the bear market. So then we'll just catch up on our sleep then. But for now, it seems like we're having to sacrifice this to watch Ethereum bring in new milestones. Oliver asked if I can talk more about what I provide in the lifetime offer. So yeah, we do have a lifetime membership available to the premium list. You can find that in the description below. And remember, it comes with a weekly report, a weekly premium video, a risk dashboard, a Telegram alerts channel, Telegram chat room, private premium list live streams, trading view indicators, all that stuff. So the sale for the lifetime option will end of January. So make sure you guys check it out. And at the very least, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and we will see if we can usher in, at the very least, hopefully a $1,400 Ethereum, and hopefully we can make a new run at a new all-time high of over $1,424. Don't forget, we're also keeping an eye on Bitcoin here because Bitcoin appears to maybe be breaking out as well. So we certainly will want to keep an eye on Bitcoin, and we will watch the Ether Bitcoin valuation as well because it's moving up. And I feel like because we're starting to get close, I mean, the last time the Ether Bitcoin valuation was at this level was all the way over here in September. So it's been a while. And while we did go to the depths of despair, Ethereum has returned home. Welcome home, Ethereum, right? Welcome home. We're back in our uptrend channel. We've been following this uptrend channel since the beginning of 2020. And, we've been down here. We moved to the top. We came back down, then we moved to the halfway point, and then back down again. And then back to the top, back to the bottom, back to the halfway point. December capitulation, right? But I mean, of course, we knew we were going to get a December capitulation, or at least we didn't know it. We had a strong idea, speculation that it was going to happen. So back into our general uptrend here, and we're helpfully back into it because the bottom for it would be around 0.03, and we're at 0.036 almost. So to get to the top, though, to get back to the peak that we were in the summer, let's look at that. So let me delete all these, and then we will pull up the summer time frame. Looks like Ethereum is currently at 1335, so of course we're going to keep an eye on the price. Now, here is the 50-month moving average of the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation. And let's also go ahead and put on the other moving average for the 20-month. So we're just going to put that one back on so we can see. Now remember, we followed this, and we said on this channel that the 20-month moving average should offer some form of support. And it did, and it held a support at around a valuation of around 0.025. Yeah, we had wicks below it, but we don't care about wicks on this channel, right? We don't care about wicks here. So moving on up, how much further do we need to go to get to an Ethereum valuation against Bitcoin that would equal the 50-month moving average, which was our top in the summer? Now, I think we could go higher than that, of course, but that would be the first major milestone once we pass the prior all-time high. And so we need to move up approximately 16% to get there. So if the Ethereum valuation against Bitcoin goes up 16%, then we'll get there. Why is that important? Well, it means that not only does Ethereum USD need to go up, assuming Bitcoin remains constant, but we can see that Bitcoin is moving as well. So if Bitcoin is moving and Ethereum is moving, but Ethereum's moving quicker, then this is the best of both worlds, because we have Bitcoin moving, we have Ethereum moving, but Ethereum's moving quicker, and therefore the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation is moving up a lot quicker, right? This is the idea. Because remember, I do own a lot of Bitcoin too. It's not just Ethereum, it's also Bitcoin. So I would like to see them both, more or less go hand in hand. But I'm not going to complain if Ethereum wants to outperform Bitcoin, because again, that's why we hold it. We pay for the higher risk, or we pay for the theoretical higher ROI with more units of risk, and hopefully we're seeing that ROI come to fruition right now. All right, we're at 1333. Make sure you guys like the video. There's a rumor that we have to get to 1,000 likes to get to $1,400 Ether anyways, so you might as well go ahead and like the video. And also subscribe to the channel. Looking at a $1,330 Ether. $1,327. Looks like Bitcoin's pulling back a little bit. And let's keep an eye. We want to keep an eye too on the Ethereum Bitcoin. So let's look at the 1 hour chart for Ether Bitcoin. Look at that. Look at that. This is the 1 hour for Ether Bitcoin. Whoops. So in the last 44 minutes, Ether Bitcoin has rallied about almost 4%. That's our target. This is where we want to go in order to get to a new all-time high. Evan says makes a good point. As we've always said, if you find yourself coming into life-changing wealth, and you wonder about what you should do because everyone's telling you to hold, and but you look at it and you're like, all right, I could pay off my house. Taking profits in any scenario is not a bad thing if it's going to help you change your life. I like to think of crypto as a train. You can get a ticket, you can hop on for a while, and if you reach your destination, you can hop off. It doesn't mean you can't hop back on eventually when you feel like the risk is low or you have new capital to deploy, but there is nothing wrong with taking profits if you're coming into life-changing wealth and you want to make sure it transforms your life. So we're not going to sit here and say and lead any narratives like that. Okay, let's make it clear. Everyone's in a different situation, and taking profits depending on your own situation is completely up to your own goals. Yeah, Marcus hit it. He said it right. Nobody ever lost money taking profits. So, all right, let's see if we can push to a $1,400 Ether. We can also take a quick look at the other coins we follow. Link is still at a modest $21.50. ADA is around 37 cents, and DOT's at $16. It seems like all three of them have had pretty good weeks. So I think they're just taking the day off, and that's fine if they want to take the day off. It's okay, but they've been doing quite well recently. And one of the things we said is that when Ethereum starts moving, it can take away, and well, when Bitcoin starts moving, and then obviously Ethereum's moving with it. When that happens, it likely will give pause to a lot of the other altcoins. And so now, as we said before, Ethereum can leave the rest of the market in awe at what it's capable of once it starts moving. So let's see if we can push to $1,400. So in order to get to $1,400, we need to go up another 6%, 6.5%. Actually, that's 1424. So to get to a new all-time higher, so we need to get to approximately another 7% or so. Someone says he wants to retire in 2021. I hope you make it, man. I hope you make it. I hope everyone here is making life-changing money, and that it will change. Hopefully it changes your life, right? That's why we're here. So who in the chat thinks we're making it to at least $1,400 on stream? Do you think we're gonna make it to $1,400? Well, lots of responses in the chat. We got a lot of mixed answers. It looks like maybe around half of people are saying no, half of people are saying yes. We're at 1338. We still have a little ways to go to get to 1400. Let's go back over here and look at our extension from the regression band. So let's just take a quick look at this. And actually, I think I have it. If I go to my scripts, the log difference, yeah. So this chart shows the we're basically looking at the natural log of the price divided by the fair value of the logarithmic regression line. So currently we're here. So in order to say get to this peak, we would still have a little ways to go. But let's keep an eye on the price. It has pulled back a little bit. Actually, Bitcoin is starting to really move as well, because now it's at 37.2. Obviously, it still has a ways to go before it could break its all-time high at around $42,000. But it is moving a little bit. And I imagine the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation has come back down slightly. Namely because of this Bitcoin continued move by Bitcoin. Well, we'll see if tonight is our night. Hopefully it is. And what's crazy too is, once we don't really know what will happen once Ethereum gets to its prior all-time high. With Bitcoin, we saw it go into price discovery fairly quickly, and fairly quickly go from 20K to 42K. So for Ethereum, hopefully once we get past it, we'll also go into some mode of price discovery with Ethereum as well. I mean, that would be somewhat ideal. If we were to reach the same level of overvaluation as measured from extension from the fair value according to this logarithmic regression line, we would need to get to approximately 2.13. And the fair value according to this is around 308. So let's just put that in. So we'll take the natural log of the price divided by 308 equals 2.13. I think it was 2.13. So if we were to make it to that level of overvaluation from the fair value, maybe that's getting a little bit too optimistic. It would put it at $2,600. Maybe too optimistic. But you never really know. This would basically, that would mean if it's overextended as much as it was in March of 2016, as it might maybe by this March. Of course, by that point, the fair value, the quote unquote fair value, will be even higher. So obviously, these things are subject to change. How's everyone doing? Yeah, I always forget to turn on slow chat, and then at some point I have to. We'll see if Ethereum can in fact push to its prior all-time high. This is our new mountain range for sure. And obviously, I feel like the next level of overvaluation from the fair value would be these points, which we essentially reached two separate times. We came back down to it there. We came back down to it there. We held it as resistance there. So maybe this is the. I mean, hopefully we can get back to that level, but we'll see. Someone says timing is not very good. My son just woke up from a nap. Yeah, Ethereum doesn't really care about all of our individual scenarios. I assure you, I know what you mean. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 96,000 subscribers and give the video a thumbs up. Let's get to 1,000 likes. And let's just take a quick look at our. So Link's still at 21.50. ADA's still at 37 and 37 cents, and DOT's still at $16. So Bitcoin pulled back a little bit. So Bitcoin has pulled back a couple $100. And Ethereum's still doing okay. So let's look at the Ether Bitcoin valuation. It has pushed back up a little bit. And remember, to get to the 50-month, we still have a ways to go. Okay, we still have a ways to go to get there. But we have not seen these Ether valuations against Bitcoin since September of 2020. So it's been several months since we were there. Looks like so far it's had a short-term top at 1343. And we've pulled back to 1320. Yeah, I know you guys hear my kids. They're also, yeah, they're getting excited too for the Ethereum move. But I don't feel like you can really blame them, of course. Kids can get excited about price movements. Yeah, it has pulled back a little bit here, but we're still doing okay so far. We're at 1322. This is our 1 minute time frame. No, my kids aren't actually watching Ethereum. I don't know what they're doing, but I might need to go check on them. Might need to check on them in a few minutes if they keep screaming. So, looks like we have pulled back a little bit. We're back. We're still at 1320. Bitcoin has pulled back below 37,000 as well. Yeah, Bitcoin's pulling back a little, so obviously it's giving Ethereum some pause. But the Ether Bitcoin valuation still looks really, really strong. So I imagine if Bitcoin can stop pulling back, then Ether might still continue to move. But if Bitcoin keeps pulling back in the short term, then obviously our ushering in the prior all-time high live stream will have to be pushed back to a different day. Someone's asking if my kids play Call of Duty. My kids are 4, 1, and 3 months old. So no, none of them are doing that. We'll see if we can make it. So far, Bitcoin has pulled back a little bit. But again, even if it pulls back, Ether Bitcoin is showing a lot of strength here. Which again is what we want, right? We want this systematic move of Ether against Bitcoin. And this is, I mean, obviously the week's not over, but this is our 4th week in a row of watching the valuation of Ether against Bitcoin continue to rise. What kind of car do I drive? I can assure you it's not a fancy car. I just bought my wife a new car though, a 2021 Subaru Ascent, but I'm driving an 07 Chevy. And after that dies, I'll probably drive my wife's old car, an 01 Subaru. Let's see if Ethereum can continue this move. Can we hold the line? Someone says, get your wife a Lambo. I actually joked with her that I have no intentions of getting a Lamborghini, but I joked with her that in the spirit of crypto, we should get a Lamborghini one day. And her response was like, well, you can't fit 3 car seats in that, right? It's only got 1 row. And I told her that was a feature, not a bug. All right, we're back at 323 or 1323. All right, Ethereum's coming back up some here. We're back at 1329. Let's see if it's going to continue on. The Ethereum Bitcoin valuation is also coming back up to 0.0357. It looks like it had a local top at 0.0359. So we'll see if Ethereum can continue pushing higher. Make sure you guys subscribe. Let's go for 96,000 subscribers. We're not that far away from 100,000, which would be pretty cool. So make sure you subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Let's get to 1,000 likes. I said 1,000 likes might get us to 1,400, but maybe we need 1,400 likes. I don't know. That's the rumor anyways. All right, I gotta go check on my kid for a minute. I'll be right back. Oh, hold on a second. All right. Well, at least we didn't miss it going to 1400 while I was gone. All right. Well, it looks like so far our imaginary line where we said hold the line has worked. We'll see what happens. Bitcoin's still holding on at 37, which is good. I mean, the best thing for Ethereum, the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation would be if Bitcoin just stops. Right? We've made the comparison before that Ethereum is like a cat and Bitcoin's like a dog, and Bitcoin just runs and runs. And as long as it keeps freaking out, Ethereum, like a cat, will remain hidden in its corner. But if the dog is away, the cat will play. So hopefully Bitcoin can just learn the command sit or stay, so that Ethereum can steal the spotlight for a few hours. Someone said they see an M shape. Maybe we'll see if yours right. The M shape. Of course, it would need to come down like this. That's a pretty funky looking M, but Bitcoin's back at 36.9. Ethereum's still at 13.25. Looks like Dot, Link, and ADA have more or less remained unchanged. So again, this is one of those times where the big coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are stealing the show while a lot of the market just watches. You guys think it's a W? I don't know. So this is where we are. So, I mean, getting to this level would be pretty significant if we got to that level. We'll see. I mean, that's a tall order to get to that level in terms of the overvaluation from the fair value logarithmic regression line. But you really never know. Of course, you really never know. All right, we are looking at $1,328 Ether, so it has hesitated here a little bit. Maybe let's take a look at 15-minute candles and see what we're working with. So these are 15-minute. These are 15-minute candles. I mean, if you look at 1-hour candles, I'm sure it looks really bullish. Right, that looks pretty bullish for Ethereum. All right, we're gonna have to turn on slow mode here. This is getting kind of out of hand. All right, slow mode has been enabled. So yeah, I mean, we still have a little ways to go here. Obviously, the stream's been only going for 40 minutes. We can keep this going for a while to potentially usher in a new all-time high for Ether, and maybe we can even, I mean, if we're lucky, we can maybe push even higher on the Ether Bitcoin valuation, which is what we've been talking about. Remember, who remembers buying Ethereum end of December, when we said it historically capitulates against Bitcoin? So some people are wanting to see the anxiety chart. We could pull it up. Let's pull it up. The anxiety chart, the 1 second chart. This is our 1 second Ether USD chart, our anxiety chart. This is where we are. So these are this is the 1 second time frame that we're looking at. So pretty interesting stuff. Remember to subscribe. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let's go to 96,000 subs. Give the video a thumbs up too. Oh, and remember, we have a Telegram channel. If you guys want to take the party over there after the stream, we have over 13,000 people in there. So it's a party. We put it in the chat. Make sure you guys join it if you guys want to follow along with the markets, even when we're not on stream. And we also do have the premium list, again, at intothecryptoverse.com for all the exclusive content. And there's also the lifetime subscription, which the sale for that will end in 2 weeks. All right, let's keep watching Ether. Bitcoin's still doing its thing at 37. So Bitcoin's doing what it needs to do. It's just that Ether needs to continue to wake up and make the move to the prior all-time high. So far it's back down to 1326, which isn't that bad. Let's switch back to the minute time frame for a little bit here and see. So far, our imaginary line still looks pretty good. So our peak, our local top was at 1343. So let's see if we're coming back down. Hopefully we can hold this. Yeah, we're just moving sideways for a little bit right now. Still just moving sideways. Hopefully we take a run at the title. Actually, let's pull up another indicator. Let's remove the fair value one. And now let's look at extension from the 20 week, which is what we were looking at earlier on the video. Okay. So here we are. This is the extension from the 20 week. And to see where we currently are, we've come back down because the 20 week moving average has in fact moved up over the last couple weeks, while Ethereum has been more or less, it hasn't, it has been moving, but we also know the 20 week moving average has been moving up as well. So in order to get to the same level of overextension, or the same extension from the 20 week as we did back over here, in 2018, right, it would correspond to an overextension of 1.05 from the 20-week moving average. And the 20-week moving average, again, as we said, is 617 or so. So if we were to take the log of the price divided by 617 in the short term and set it equal to 1.05, that would put the price at a modest $1,763 to reach the same level of overvaluation that we reached in the beginning of 2018. From the 20-week moving average, of course. Certainly, it seems like the price has paused a little bit on stream. Ether Bitcoin still looks okay. Link, ADA, and DOT are still more or less staying still at this point while the market watches Bitcoin and Ethereum. Glad you like the channel. Abraham. Sorry, I'm just hearing. I'm hearing my kids again. They must be getting frustrated that the price isn't moving on stream too. Someone says he got baited. This is an all-time high. It's an all-time high watch party, right? It's a watch party to see if we get to the all-time high. So you guys have any questions? I mean, we're sort of just watching Ethereum's price here, looking at levels of overvaluation, putting in our new mountain range for the Ethereum price, keeping an eye on the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation. You know, one of the things that I've noticed, and I'm sure many people have noticed as well, is that each week the Ethereum valuation has been going up since the end of December, more or less. But a lot of those weeks, it's mainly just like 1 or 2 days of that week that see a significant push in the Ether Bitcoin valuation. And then a lot of the rest of the days, it's not really doing a whole lot. So maybe this is just one of the days of this week where maybe 1 of 2 days or 1 of 3 days or something where we see a push of the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation. But we know that it only is, if history, right, the last 3 weeks, it's only done it for about a couple days or so before cooling off for another week or so. Someone says, why are no other coins moving much right now? Again, it's because, when the major coins start to move, that's where all the volume goes into. People start selling their alts because they don't want to miss out on the Bitcoin Ethereum price action. Joel says, for lifetime subs, how long do you plan to keep doing this? I just quit my day job 4 days ago. I'm done, so this is my full-time thing now. So I plan on doing this for a long time. Someone says dinner is ready. You know what that means? I'm going to miss all-time high. Maybe we can hold it back for you until you get back. Someone says, should I swap some link to Ethereum and swap back later for profit or no? Well, I mean, you have to consider the tax implications on that as well. A lot of people like to chase one coin. And we've always said on this channel, right, you don't chase pumps. Chasing pumps is generally not a good idea. It's better to accumulate your positions and then wait for those pumps to come to you. You want to be in a place of strength, and when you buy in a pump, you're automatically like I mean, obviously you can say, well, chase the momentum, but I feel like you put yourself in a place of weakness, because on any slight pullback it can be scary. So I would say it's a very risky thing, because like, what if you sell your link for Ethereum and then Ethereum stops here for a couple days and then link starts running, and then you end up keep going back and forth, and this is how a lot of people lose money, because they keep chasing the coin that's moving. By the time it's been moving enough to get on their radar, it's already over. Kind of like by the time it's been moving enough for me to do a live stream, a lot of times it's over, and then the narrative now is, right, I kill the price movement. Of course, it seems like, I mean, I would love to see Ethereum go to $1,400 tonight, but if you get into a habit of chasing pumps, a lot of times it doesn't really work out that well. Someone says, would you say this is a sign of adulthood for Ethereum, finally claiming some independence from Bitcoin? This isn't new. I mean, we've seen Ethereum do this a lot before. Whenever Bitcoin is bullish, well above the 20-week moving average, and moving sideways, then Ethereum has a way of pumping like mad. This isn't new. In fact, we've seen this before. I mean, if Ethereum were only coupled to Bitcoin, how would we see a graph of Ethereum Bitcoin with so much volatility? So clearly, it is able to move independent of Bitcoin at various times during the market cycle. We just know what needs to happen, right? Bitcoin needs to calm down. This is a good example of Bitcoin calming down. We talked about it for months, but this is a good example, right? Down, back up. Look at it. I mean, you can see it calming down. And because Bitcoin has been calming down over the last few weeks, it is propelling Ethereum to, you know, every single week the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation pushes higher. Look, we just hit 0.036. I feel bad for that guy who left for dinner because we just put in 036. So a new local top. We have not been at 036 since September. I mean, which was earlier, but we have not been there for a long time. This is a pretty cool thing to see. Someone says he's putting oh wow, we have 4,000 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys like the analysis. We talk about extension from the 20-week, extension from the fair value regression line. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of it. Let's go for 96,000 subscribers and give the video a thumbs up. Yeah, my kids are screaming for Ethereum. They're just cheering it on, right? They're just cheering it on. We could always use more people cheering it on. Hopefully we're not hopefully this isn't something we're going to be range bound in for a long time. Looks like Bitcoin pulled back slightly back to 36.8. Ethereum's still doing okay. Still moving up on the Ether Bitcoin valuation, of course. All right, we need 600 more subscribers to get to 96,000. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and turn on alerts. All right, let's go back and look at it. We're still at 1326. I don't even know what an OnlyFans account is, so we don't have that. All right, Bitcoin's back down 36.8. Link is still there, so the other tokens we're looking at, Link, ADA, and DOT, still holding their own. Link at 21.65, ADA at 36.68 cents, and DOT at 16.40. Yeah, I don't know what that is. And I don't really want to look it up either. All right, we came back down. Back down to the bottom there. All right, let's see what we're doing. 36.830. Obviously, Ethereum has calmed down. So we bid against this here now 3 times. Maybe the 4th time is in fact the charm, if we can come back up. We'll see. The chat's getting a little bit off topic. Yeah, we looked at Google Trends for Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you actually go to the YouTube channel and type in like trends or whatever, we actually looked at the trends for Ethereum. What do I drink while streaming? Well, a lot of times I just drink water. What was my day job? Again, I worked in computational material science. Bitcoin's back below 36.8, so naturally Ethereum's pulling back a little bit, but the Ether Bitcoin valuation is still systematically climbing at 0.0358. No, we don't play music on the streams. That way you guys can just play whatever music you guys want. I just said what my day job was. I worked in computational material science. My kids are starting to get pissed. Did I already buy Ethereum, or are you about to buy? We were buying Ethereum. I was buying Ethereum at less than $100. Like, just go back and look at the channel. We were talking about accumulation phase of a lifetime at 230. Of course, we were, I was buying during the March dip when it dumped below 100. We did a video at $230 Ethereum. Does anyone remember that video in the chat? The one we did when Ethereum was at $235. Not that long ago, in 2020, and we said the accumulation phase of a lifetime. And then when it was at $400, we did the reaccumulation phase of a lifetime. Now we're sitting at $1,300. Ether Bitcoin's still looking strong. I mean, it's at 0.0359. So, I mean, I understand that Bitcoin's dropping a little bit, but I mean, Ethereum's looking like a champ. I know it hasn't put in a new all-time high in price. I mean, if you think about it, an all-time high in terms of market cap, I think it has put in a new all-time high. But in terms of the price, it hasn't. But in terms of Ether Bitcoin valuation, it still looks really strong. It is performing strong against Bitcoin right now. So, yeah, Bitcoin's coming down a little, 36.7. Ethereum's still at 1324. And the Ether Bitcoin valuation still looks good at 0.0359. Someone says he reaccumulated his life away at 420. Someone says his cab driver said he needs to invest in Bitcoin yesterday. Yeah, you get, if you subscribe to the premium list, you get the trading view indicators. Yeah. All right, let's see what Ethereum. It's moving up. It's still moving up against Bitcoin, so it's still showing strength. Now it's at 0.03594. So again, today, hopefully tonight, it's Ethereum's night. It's come back up to 1330 or so, 1333. Someone says, why do people hate on Ether so much? I don't know. Maybe people don't like money. That'd be my best guess. People that say things like, only buy Bitcoin or that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously we're not saying that Bitcoin, that Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin as measured from Bitcoin's inception, but it's as measured from each market cycle from now. I mean, because it's not like we can't go back in time and buy a lot of Bitcoin at 10 cents, right? We can't do that. So we have to say, okay, well, pragmatically speaking, what can we do? I mean, obviously you can buy Ethereum. When we were buying Ethereum earlier on, obviously buying it at $1,300 when it's up like 10x in a year is very dubious, and I'm not buying Ethereum at $1,300. I mean, it's not financial advice. Again, you do whatever the hell you want, but you have to remember that Ethereum hopefully will yield higher returns than Bitcoin. But as we've said before, you pay for all of it, right? You pay for all of it with units of risk. So there's no luck involved. You're paying for the theoretical return with a higher, with more, by taking on more units of measurable risk in terms of its volatility. It did come in December, yeah. The tides on Ethereum changed in December exactly like we speculated it would. Not a surprise, right? Not a surprise. It was all based on historical moves in December. Let's go back and look at them in case you're new. Every Q4, there's a bleed of Ether against Bitcoin, right? Q4 bleed, Q4 bleed, Q4 bleed. Here was another Q4 bleed right here, and another one here, and another one here. And then, what comes after the Q4 bleed? A move of Ether against Bitcoin. That one was 1,700%, a modest 1,700% in Q1. This was a modest 600%. We got another modest 350% or so. Here's one that started actually in December and came up about 56% against Bitcoin. Last year was about 60-something% against Bitcoin. And so far this year, we're looking at a modest 60%. A modest 60%. So again, it's the 6th year in a row that it's happened. So, I mean, we covered it endlessly this year, and it worked out. It's working out so far. We'll cover it again next year and say, the 7th year in a row are we going to have a momentum shift in the Ether Bitcoin valuation in December after a Q4 bleed of Ether against Bitcoin. Let's check in on the Ether Bitcoin valuation. We're just north now of 0.030 or 0.036. We're at 0.036066668. So we're coming back up here. Let's see if we can actually break through. Someone says, why shouldn't you buy the $1,300? It's more so, for me, it's more so about risk-adjusted returns. I mean, I do think it'll trend higher than $1,300 this market cycle, and maybe later this market cycle I would buy it at $1,300, but I feel like it's taking on a lot of short-term risk to buy it at $1,300. But again, I do think it'll trend higher, and I own a lot of Ethereum, and I would like it to go higher, but for my own personal risk tolerance, I have to stop buying it at some point, and chasing a move where it's, I mean, we'll switch it off a log chart just so that I can illustrate my point. Chasing a pump like this is generally not something I like to do. I mean, it's all about getting in over here, not chasing later on. That's my philosophy. Obviously, if you wanna go knee deep in Ethereum, you have your own prerogatives, right? And it also comes from a biased perspective, right? I mean, like, if I didn't own any Ethereum, then maybe my perspective would change. But it comes from the perspective of having bought it when the risk levels were much lower. All right, what does the chat think? Are we coming back down? Or is this our breakout? Ether Bitcoin is still just at around 0.036. Bitcoin's at 36.8, 36.9. Ether's still chilling right at 1332. Oh. We'll see if it's coming back down to the bottom. Yeah, I know we're looking at the 1 minute chart. It's because when you're doing a live stream, it's good to actually see something changing. When you just look at like 15-minute charts, it's not too exciting, I think, for the chat. Well, I guess it was a short-term rejection here yet again. So we've had, 1, 2, 3. We'll see what happens. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 96,000 subscribers. We need 400 more subscribers. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. And also remember, we do have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. If you guys are looking for exclusive content in a community, you get weekly reports, weekly premium videos, the trading view indicators, these trading view indicators, like the log band and whatnot, and more. And also the risk dashboard, a whole lot of other stuff. So make sure you guys check it out, intothecryptoverse.com. And we have a lifetime option as well. That's going to be, the price on that's going to be going up here in a couple weeks. Everyone's getting excited. I would say let's be cautiously optimistic. We also have a Telegram channel with over 13,000 people. If you guys are looking to continue the party after the stream, check it out. I just put it in the chat. Everyone's getting optimistic here, but actually, it still falls within my circle that I drew. So let's pull it back a bit until we've actually broken out. I mean, at the very least we have to stay on stream until this fills out. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but we obviously can't leave people hanging here. someone says draw a smaller circle. That would have fixed the problem, right? Yeah. Yeah, obviously, I feel like technical analysis is short-term technical analysis is mostly worthless. But what else are we gonna do on a live stream where we're looking at the 1 minute chart? DT Hamilton says he's allowing me to erase the circle to allow it to break out. Let's erase the circle and see what happens. We have in fact erased the circle. We'll see if it can break out. Bitcoin's still doing what it needs to do, chilling at 36.8, and the Ether Bitcoin valuation is climbing higher at 0.03605. Wow, we have almost 4,400 people watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see some likes and subscribes and turn on alerts. We're trying to do it. We're trying to make a run. I would say let's be cautiously optimistic. Bitcoin's coming back up a little bit at 36, almost 36.9. Ethereum's at 1334. Yeah, Ether Bitcoin is at 0.03607. So it still looks really strong. Ether is outperforming Bitcoin right now. And Bitcoin is doing what it needs to do, and it's chilling at around 37K. This is perfect for Ethereum. This is the catalyst Ethereum needs. If Bitcoin can stay put, maybe Ethereum can break out. Again, none of this is financial advice, but we're going to follow it and see what transpires here. Oh, we still haven't really seen a sustained breakout. Looks like Bitcoin pulled back by 60 bucks. Still putting in our new mountain range. Kind of interesting to think about, like a little mountain and then a bigger one. I mean, what if this? I mean, we don't know, right? We don't really know. I could just be getting started, right? Maybe I don't know where it's going to take us, but obviously we could always come back down and then trend up later as well. Let's just be pragmatic. Oh, we're at 1337. I guess it was the circle that I drew. It's a good thing someone told me to erase it, otherwise we maybe would not have broken out here. All right, let's see if we can break out a sustained breakout to 1400. Still at 1335 or so. Ether Bitcoin, look at it. It's a champ. It's pushing higher at 0.036175554. It's been a long time since we've been here, at least since September. So we're continuing to climb higher. The peak, as we know, that we reached back in August. The peak that we reached back in August was around that level. So that would be kind of what we're eyeballing here. Still not a breakout, a sustained one yet. We're still at 1332. That's because Bitcoin pulled back a little, I guess, at 36.7. Again, Bitcoin's still doing what it needs to do. I mean, if we, just give it if it did this for hours, Ethereum would likely be doing quite well. Still sitting at 1332, and Ether Bitcoin is still trending higher. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 96,000 subscribers. Someone says, if both coins are on the rise, why do people sell off? Well, I mean, maybe people need the money, right? I mean, maybe they just want to take profits. It's really hard to know specifically everyone's own situation. Looks like we're back down to 1328. Bitcoin's back below 36.7. All right, we're still back here, still not seeing a new all-time high yet. Bitcoin Dominance is dropping though, which is interesting to see. Yeah, we're going for 100,000 subscribers, but you gotta walk before you can run. We gotta get to 96,000 before we can go to 100,000. Yeah, I might have to go check on my kids in a minute. For visualization, again, that is where we need to go to get to our prior all-time high. So that's how far away we are. This is what we're doing. We're just goofing around in this area. But that's where we need to go. Someone says we're refueling. We're back at 1332. Let's take a look here. See where we are. Ether Bitcoin still looks healthy at 0.03616. Ether USD is at 1332. So obviously we would like to break out and get up into the 1350s. We'll see what happens. Someone says no more circles, okay? I don't know, maybe we'll draw another circle. Maybe we'll draw a circle there, and we'll draw a circle here and see what happens. Someone says draw a moon. You know, it's funny because here's a cool, it's funny because a lot of people say that, I'm not a moon boy or anything like that, like a lot of other channels. However, I would contend that I'm the only, one of the only crypto YouTubers that would be a moon boy, because I did work at NASA, in fact, back in 2011. I designed the lunar rover component of a distributed space simulation. So I feel like if anyone can claim to be a moon boy, it would be me. Let's just be pragmatic about things and say, all right, well, in that sense, I think it would make sense to say that I should claim that title more than people making the clickbait garbage. All right, we're at 1334. 13 still, let's see, Ether Bitcoin is at 0.036179. Link is getting close, is starting to approach $22 again. All right, 1335 still. Ether Bitcoin still looking okay. Bitcoin's at 36.7. Still not a whole lot changing yet. Hopefully we can break out and go to 1350. All right, 1339. So this is where we just put in a top earlier, right here. 1343. 1343.10 is where we topped out when we came on stream earlier. All right, 1342. Ether Bitcoin is at 0.0363, so it's climbing as well. Remember, the 50-month is close to, it's over 0.04, so we still have a ways to go to get there. But Ether USD is at 1342, and now climbing. Now it's at the top, the local top of 1343 and 10 cents. We went straight back to that same point we went to about an hour ago. So that's obviously where we want to break through right now. We're back at it, 1343.10, back down again. Ether Bitcoin still looks good at 0.0363. Link is still at $21, ADA is still at 36 cents, and DOT still at 16.50. So basically everything's sitting still. Looks like we're putting in new local highs, 1344, 1344.90, 1345. Make sure you guys subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Let's get to 2,000 likes. I gotta go tuck my kids in. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So what happened? We went up to 1346. Yeah, the evidence does suggest that anytime I get up and leave, the price goes up. I cannot dispute that. Look, and I come back and it starts going back down. All right, let's see what's Bitcoin do. So Bitcoin hasn't really changed a whole lot. Ether Bitcoin is still trending up, now at 0.0364. It seems like a fairly systematic move up of Ether against Bitcoin. Wow, we have 4,600 people watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Remember, we also have a Telegram channel with over 13,000 people, which is kind of crazy to think that we have about a third of the people watching the stream as are in that Telegram chat. So make sure you guys check it out. I'll put it in the comments. Also, we have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com for exclusive content, as well as the lifetime deal that's going to go up in 2 weeks. So make sure you guys check that out. Looks like we're at 1341. Who thinks we're going to make a run at the title of 1424 or so tonight? We're at 1344 right now. The title that we're going for is all the way up here. So that's where we're going. That's where we want to go anyways. There's no guarantee that we'll make it there, but that's where we want to go. And look at all the time we spent over here. So I guess now the question is, maybe this is, we're just trending up, right? Maybe we're looking at this now. Ether Bitcoin still looks pretty healthy. So we're at 1345. It looks like 1346 is our new local top. We've been hitting it a few times recently. Still holding right at 1340, 1345.50. Bitcoin's trending back up a little at 36,870, so it's recovered slightly as well. I want to see a $1,400 Ether. It's going to be hard to go off stream unless we see that. Hopefully we can make it there. 1345.70. Ether Bitcoin is a champ. 4th week in a row so far in the 4th week. We're immediately trending up. Ether is heading higher. 1347.90. 1349. 1349.90. So we're trying to push. We are trying to push. Someone says, why don't I find the RSI to be a reliable metric? It's not that it's not necessarily reliable. It's just that you have to consider in a bull market it can be overbought for months. During a bear market, it can be oversold for months. So it's just it's really hard to know. It's not necessarily the best at predicting the exact turnaround point. I mean, it gives you an idea of the general market conditions, but did you really need the RSI to tell you that that Ethereum's overbought in a at a time like this, or do you need the RSI when we were at the March 2020 crash to tell you it was oversold? I mean, it's more like common sense. All right, we're at 1346. Our new local top is 1349.90. So at this wick here, we went up to almost 1350. So obviously breaking into the 1350s would be pretty significant. We would be halfway from 1300 to 1400 at that point. We spent a long time in this range. Do you guys remember that time we held resistance and then we finally broke through on the 5th attempt, more or less? Those were good times. Bitcoin's at 36,851, and Ether Bitcoin still looks okay. So we'll keep an eye on this. Oh, we have a a 1 minute dump candle. It's always scary when you look at the 1 minute chart. But Ether is still at 1339 or so. So let's see what happens here over the next few minutes. It says those were great times. Yeah, I'm sure it went over. I'm guessing there's a good chance it went over 1350 at some exchanges. If it went to 1349.90 here, there's probably some exchanges where it went to 1350 or above. Louise says, no way this reaches all-time high tonight. You could be right. Make sure you guys subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Let's get to 3,000 likes. We have almost 5,000 viewers. We've never had this many viewers. But it makes sense if we're trying to usher in a new all-time high for Ethereum. All right, okay. So let's see what Bitcoin's doing. So Bitcoin has, I guess we can switch over to a minute time frame for Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin's more or less just been range bound. It hasn't really doing much of anything here. So obviously it makes sense that Ether has been gaining against Bitcoin because Ether USD has been going up. Bitcoin USD has been staying the same. Therefore, Ether Bitcoin is systematically moving up. So we're trying to make a run at the title. So who in the chat was buying in our accumulation phase? It was pretty long, actually. A lot longer than this one and this one. Looks like a lot of people were buying in the accumulation phase. Let's check the others. So Link, ADA, and DOT are more or less unchanged. So tonight's Ethereum's night, right? Tonight's Ethereum's night, and we said that if Ethereum makes a move, you know, the rest of the market will probably just sit and watch, right? I mean, it's first Bitcoin makes the move, everything usually, including Ethereum, watches Bitcoin. Bitcoin volatility reduces to the point at some point a lot of altcoins start moving. Then when Ethereum starts moving, a lot of the altcoins sit and watch Ethereum. So I think right now a lot of coins are simply watching what Ethereum does. I mean, Ethereum, this is the show tonight is Ethereum. Hopefully you got a ticket. Yeah, it looks like Litecoin is trending up to is at 158. I own a very small amount of Litecoin. It's not very substantial, but generally, historically I buy it when Bitcoin. Historically, I buy it when Bitcoin gets to the prior all-time high. So I do have a small amount of Litecoin, but not a lot because I feel like the opportunity cost of holding Litecoin is pretty great. You know, because if you're holding Litecoin, you're not holding Ethereum with those dollars. Or you're not holding Link or ADA or DOT, and I'm more bullish on those than I am than Litecoin. So I do own a little bit of it, though. 4,600 people just yawn, yeah. Someone says, best thing I said all day about being bullish on those. Those are the coins we've been following on the channel for a long time. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, ADA, and DOT. That's nothing new. We were following ADA at less than 2 cents and Link at less than $2. And DOT when it was ranging between $3 and $6. This is just reaping the rewards of the risk that we took. Make sure you guys subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, turn on alerts, check out the Telegram channel, etc. By the way, I'll go ahead and post again the main Telegram channel, but I'm seeing a lot of people talk about coins that are micro caps or smaller market cap coins. We have a Telegram chat room for you. So instead of Into the Cryptoverse, it's called Into the Cryptocosm. We have about 2,000 people in there. If you guys want to go to talk about micro caps, there is a room for you guys, and I will post it in the chat. So it's posted in the chat. You guys can check that out if you guys want to talk about micro caps. But keep the public chat room, the main one, Into the Cryptoverse, to the larger cap cryptocurrencies. All right, we're at 1341. We're trying to climb higher. Our current local top is 1349.90. Ether Bitcoin still looks strong at 0.036. So again, Ether, if we wanted to look again at overvaluation, and we already did it earlier in the stream, so there's probably not really a whole lot of point in talking about it again. The Ethereum bull market support is pretty far below. It ranges right now from 618 to 706. So we're nowhere even close to that right now. That's just more of like a correction scenario if we want to try to maintain the integrity of the bull market. That's where we would want to hold as support, which is where we held as support in some of the last bull market, right, as well. But anyways, let's see if we can make a run at 1400. By the way, maybe you guys didn't know this, but I actually do have a Twitter account where I regularly post a lot of charts and stuff. I don't talk about it that much, but I'll post it in the chat in case you guys want to follow me on Twitter. All right, we're at 1340. Slow, steady movement. Obviously, it has not been a race to 1400 by any means, at least on the minute chart. We got somewhat spoiled over here when it was moving this quickly up, range bound for a while. So far, we're still moving up. So for those who are new joining the stream, that's the all-time high, approximately. It depends on the exchange you're looking at, but that's the goal for us to put in a new all-time high for Ethereum. So we still have a ways to go. From the current price, it would need to go up another 6% or so. So still a ways to go to get there. But, you know, maybe we'll make it. You never really know. Someone says, this is boring, get up and dance or something. You get up and dance. We're just looking at charts. We're not trying to entertain. We're just here to make some money. Everything else is just noise. We're at 1343, so we're trending back up here a little bit. All right, Ethereum's trying to move back up here. It's back to 1343.70. Again, the prior local top is almost 1350 on this exchange. And Bitcoin's doing exactly what it needs to, right? It's still just going sideways. So it's giving Ethereum the chance. The catalyst is there. Bitcoin's above the 20-week. It's trending sideways. Volatility is down. It's time for Ethereum. This is Ethereum's time, theoretically speaking. We don't do tips here. Get that nonsense out of here. No affiliate links, no paid promotions, no tips, none of that garbage. Let's take a look back at, let's go actually to a longer time frame really quick on Bitcoin. By longer, 1 hour. Just want to see where we are. So it looks like Bitcoin has been coming back down, which is kind of impressive considering it has been trending down over the last couple hours. And Ethereum is trending up. And it's reflected in the rising, fairly systematically rising valuation of Ether against Bitcoin, and now at 0.0364. So it continues to systematically rise against Bitcoin. And again, it looks like the rest of the market is more or less sitting still. So, I mean, a few coins are moving. Litecoin is up to almost 160 at this point. Someone says I should leave the room again and come back, and maybe the price will go up. You guys think I should leave the room for a couple minutes and maybe let the price go up? I'm not a math teacher, no, but my undergrad was in math. My PhD was in nuclear engineering, but I don't teach math. I don't have the patience to teach college math or anything like that. Someone says, why is there no top for the Ethereum logarithmic regression? Well, the problem is we don't really have a whole lot of data. I mean, what do we fit it to? Because we really only have one top, and that was the top of this market cycle. We don't have any other tops. So it's not like Bitcoin where we can look at it and let's go and look at the dominance. The dominance is just dropping like a rock right here, probably at the expense of the Ethereum dominance, if I had to guess. Let's look at the Ethereum dominance. We don't really look at the Ethereum dominance that often, but let's pull it up. Why not? Let's go out to the 1 day. So I guess I drew this line on this chart like a long time ago because I hardly ever look at this chart. But this is the Ethereum dominance, so you can see the Ethereum dominance is really moving up right now. Currently at almost 15%. Yeah, so Ethereum dominance is closing in at 15%, in fact. The last time the Ethereum dominance was this high, August of 2018. August of 2018 is the last time the Ethereum dominance was this high. It's pretty impressive to see that. At the peak, well, this only goes back to, looks like it goes back to July. I mean, obviously there wasn't as much competition back then, but pretty impressive stuff to see it getting to dominance levels that it hasn't seen since August of 2018. Wow, looks like it has come back down a little bit here, down to 1331. I guess Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin must be dropping some, so Bitcoin's pulled back to 36.6. So anytime Bitcoin has these moves back to the downside, it looks like Ethereum corrects, but as we can see, Ether Bitcoin is still trending higher. Still at 0.0363. You guys want me to leave for a minute? I'll go get some water. We'll see if the thesis holds true. So far, every time I leave, the price goes up. So I'm gonna go get some water. The price is at 13.30. We'll see what happens when I get back. All right. The price hasn't really moved that much. I mean, technically speaking, the price did go up. So I guess that's 3 data points. When I left, the price went up. But you know, extrapolation can be dubious, right? For instance, right, if you were to draw a chart and say, okay, extrapolation can be very dubious sometimes. for instance, I mean, you know, imagine you have one kid in 1 year. Well, does that mean if you have a second kid in a second year, if you continue this trend and you extrapolate, then after 10 years you should have 10 kids. So sometimes extrapolation isn't always the best. Just something to consider. Looks like we're at 1335. I don't know what Bitcoin is. So Bitcoin's still less than 36.7, so it's still holding up. Ether Bitcoin still looks okay. Link, ADA, and DOT are more or less range bound at this point, waiting to see what Bitcoin's going to, well, I guess more so waiting to see what Ethereum's going to do. Oh, I'm not sure if the stream's going to survive until 1400. I mean, we're now just at 1330. Dominance looks good, near 15%. Bitcoin dominance is dropping like a rock. We're now down to 63.3%. From a peak, we were at 73%. So it's dropped by about 7% over the last few weeks. Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is falling a little bit, which it has been doing. If we were to go to 15-minute candles, you can see that Bitcoin has been trending down, which is remarkable considering, Ethereum has more or less been trending up. So Ether Bitcoin still looks fairly strong. It looks like this trend line is not working. Let's see where we end up going. Bitcoin is still dropping. It's not 36.6. So we can blame Bitcoin for our short-term Ethereum lows. Yeah, Bitcoin's now at, well, it came up a little bit. There's really not a whole lot of movement in the rest of the market. I mean, obviously we see Litecoin trending up, but a lot of the market's not really moving. So does anyone have any questions? Any questions in the chat? Anything like that? We just chilling, watching Ethereum's price. Not really anything else to discuss, I guess. Will Litecoin ever reach its all-time high again? I feel like there's a decent chance it will. The Litecoin Bitcoin valuation tends to be bleeding over the macro scale, but I feel like there's a good chance that Litecoin will reach its prior prior all-time high. You know, I mean, it's if Bitcoin trends to at that 100K or something over the next few years, I wouldn't necessarily be that surprised to see Litecoin at $1,000. I mean, it's not financial advice, and I would prefer to have most of my dollars elsewhere because I feel like the opportunity cost of being in Litecoin is fairly high. But I feel like there's a decent chance it'll trend up with the market. Oh, yeah, Bitcoin continuing to pull it down. But every time it stabilizes, it seems like Ethereum trends higher. But yeah, Bitcoin is still coming back down. So could be a while. Yeah, it could be a while. Yeah, Radzi says XKCD has a one extrapolation about number of husbands after a wedding. I think I've seen that actually. Someone says, will Ethereum reach 75K this year? I sincerely doubt that. No, I don't have any exchange recommendations. You guys can use whatever you guys think is good. Glad you've learned some stuff from the channel. Grant. Yeah, I've read the article on Tether. I mean, look, these things exist every cycle. You know, in 2017, it was the Tether stuff as well. Again, I'm not saying it's not merited. Obviously, if something bad were to happen, it would likely bring prices down. But I mean, if you in 2017, that was also the narrative as well. It didn't preclude Bitcoin from going to 20K. Remember, as we've always said, no one knows where the top is. No one knows where the bottom is. Make sure you're responsible and protect yourself in the event of a correction if you need to. All right, we're at 1327. I'm not sure if we're gonna go to 1400 tonight. I mean, we could stay on stream, I guess, but. Why is Ethereum's price dependent on Bitcoin? I mean, Bitcoin's just simply the market mover. If Bitcoin's trending down, the market's generally trending down. Bitcoin's back below 36.6. Ether's all the way back down to 13.25. I guess I should have stayed gone longer, huh? Someone says keep the stream going. Just what's the point? I mean, if I'm not here, you could just watch the price on your own chart. Someone says, how should they sell? Should they go to fiat or Bitcoin? That depends on what your goals are, right? If you're deterministic about the market and you just don't care to go to fiat or stable coins, and you just want to accumulate more Bitcoin or something, you could just go to Bitcoin. If you think there's going to be a dip, you could go to stable coins and earn interest. It does. The price does go up when I leave. Bitcoin is slowly bleeding back down here. Yeah, I mean, when we came on stream, we were up in this area. So it basically, since we came on stream, the price of Bitcoin has been trending down, which is remarkable, again, considering Ethereum is still at 1323, but it's coming down. So we're coming back down here, some 1323. Let's see where Ether Bitcoin is. So Ether Bitcoin is still over 0.036, so that's decent. Remember to check out the Telegram channel. Almost 13,500 people. Feels like we're losing steam. $13.23. Someone says, can we print more steam? I don't know. I mean, it's been a good day for sure to see Ethereum back over 1,300, but I don't know if we're going to see a $1,400 Ether on stream at this rate, especially with Bitcoin continuing to bleed like this. Ethereum has a tall order to move up against Bitcoin's continued bleeding. But again, Ether Bitcoin is staying strong. That's obviously where we would like to go to get to a new all-time high. But we're nowhere close right now. We have to go up 6%, and I don't know if we're going to be able to go up 6% on stream. We've already been going over 2 hours. Yeah, we'll post the chat to the Cryptocosm. If you want to talk about microcaps, take it to into the Cryptocosm chat room. I'll just post it in the YouTube comments. Link has been killing it recently, by the way, over $21. ADA is back to 36, still at 36. Polkadot, like a champ, has run up from like $3 or $4 up to, I mean, now it's at $16 in just a few weeks. All right. What do you guys think? Should we call the stream here and maybe come back if it starts moving again? I mean, we could look at other coins. Uh, Dot, it's bled back down some recently, but it's still doing fairly well during this major move that we've been talking about. So we'll see what it ends up doing, but it's moved up from a $3 to $4 range from not that long ago. Obviously, Link has reclaimed its prior all-time high, and there's obviously not a lot of coins that can say they're above at least their prior all-time high from 2018, and Link is well above it. Looks like Link is getting back on track. Remember our bubble that we drew against Bitcoin, our paradigm shift, the dead cat bounce right here, all the way into despair, and then back to the mean, right? This was our mean. And then if we remove all that and put on a log scale, I don't think we've quite made it back to the exponential fit, but we've gotten a lot closer than we were. Ether's back up to 1330. Someone says they think it'll push past 1350 tonight. I mean, there's a decent chance of that. I mean, where I am, the night just got started. And look how far we've come in just 2 hours. Bitcoin's pushing back up slightly. Ether Bitcoin's still strong. I mean, it's still at 0.0362. The local top is 0.0365, so it's not that far off the local top. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you guys like the content. Let's go for 96,000 subscribers. Also, give the video a thumbs up. Maybe we can get to 3,000 likes. Perry says we're just here. Perry says we're just here to listen to your peaceful laptop CPU fan. I'm sure listening to the laptop fan is very riveting. Yeah, I mean, obviously it could be a breakout, but I mean, I don't know if we're not gonna stay on stream forever. You know, one of the things we've talked about, or maybe we'll do a video on it, um, is our escape velocity. Right? I mean, to get to the top here, maybe we need to reach escape velocity. Which for the, I think to get to them, don't you need to go like 26,000 miles an hour or something to get out of Earth, to make it to the moon? But I know to get into low Earth orbit, I believe it's like 18,000 miles an hour, 17,500, something like that. So maybe we just haven't reached escape velocity yet. And maybe it'll take a while to reach it. I mean, I don't know if it'll come up this quickly or not, or if it trends down and we're able to reach escape velocity later. But it's all about reaching escape velocity. As they say, I have this next to my desk. The speed limit for the shuttle is 18,000 miles an hour. Hold on a second. All right. Maybe we should call it. I don't know. It looks like Ethereum's still sitting at 1330. Hasn't really moved a whole lot. I mean, really, it hasn't. I mean, over the last 2 hours, it hasn't really changed a whole lot. So I don't know that we're going to keep the stream going forever. Maybe we should wrap it up there. Remember to check out the premium list. We also have the lifetime sale going on for 2 more weeks if you guys want to get in on that. We have the weekly reports, the weekly videos, the Telegram alerts channel, the Telegram chat room, the risk dashboard, and the trading view indicator. So let's take one last look at the market. Bitcoin is at 36,625. Ether is at 1330. Link is still at $21, ADA is still at 36 cents, and DOT is still at 16 bucks. So, everything seems pretty calm right now, as I feel like the market is more or less watching Bitcoin to see what Bitcoin's doing to do. At least that's what Ethereum's watching, and then it feels like the rest of the altcoins are more or less watching Ethereum to see what is Ethereum going to do. So yeah, I feel like we should wrap it up. So make sure you guys subscribe. Let's go for 96,000 subscribers. Give the video a thumbs up if you guys like the content. And remember, we also have the Telegram channel. We'll post that one more time. That'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Actually, we also have, I'll post one more. There's also a Patreon as well if you guys want to check that out, but it's the same stuff. All right, that'll wrap it up. We'll tune in later if the price starts moving, but for now, 1330 seems like a pretty good price for Ethereum, and we'll see what it does as we continue pushing forward in the market cycle. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.